Hello, welcome to the Mindtrek.net game server. I'm currently outside of the Voyager build again. Still working on it. A couple days ago, Imheller imported us a couple of nice toys, landing gear and a aero shuttle. He also offered up some ideas for interior spaces, corridors. This is one of his. I slightly modified it. I like this one a little bit better than this one because I like using these for doors. Then again, it'll be up to the guys who do the interior as to what they want. I also like this one. I like having the lights above instead of below. I thought that was kind of cool. And then we have the Jefferies tube. It'll either be two wide or one way, but this pattern should work well. And then we have the bomb pattern, which is also really nice, but the only problem is it didn't have lighting, so I put a couple of close glow blocks in there. I've done a lot of work. Let me speed up here. I've shot a couple of videos, but I just haven't been happy with the quality of them. I get kind of off on a tangent and lose focus, but so I figured to record this here. I believe this will be episode 6 of the build out. I'm pretty sure it's episode 6, so if I'm wrong, forgive me. But anyways, Imheller and DeBomb, I think I wasn't on, so I don't know who really did it, but somebody mocked up these landing gear. It was either Imheller or DeBomb. I know the angled part was, I think, pretty sure it was Imheller's idea. It was a good idea, really helped out when it came time for me to redesign it. All I did is I made it 2 blocks narrower and 1 block shorter, and so it would fit into this space right here when it's all folded. Granted, these things compress, so you know they're like hydraulic legs, so yeah, they're going to compress. Anyways, we did some redesign on the aft end of the ship. In order to fit this landing gear in here. This is the gantry gear, so basically this would move forward and slip down under here and lock the gear into position or into down position. This will be an airlock which will allow people to enter and exit the ship fore and aft. The forward gear is 1 deck lower than this gear, so it's actually been shortened to comp for that. Also did a lot of exterior work. This is all prelim work. Hopefully, you know, we still have a lot of detail to do, like putting in the ribbing for the transporter things, cleaning up some of this stuff here, making it look a little bit better. Some of this stuff lined up really well. I mean, when I transferred it over at this spot, this stuff just lined up perfectly. So, but some of the stuff in the saucer didn't line up, which was a little bit of an annoyance. But yeah, what can you do? Anyways, so M set the aero shuttle in here. It hasn't been built out yet. It will be. I'm pretty sure DeBomb or iPanic will probably tackle it. Maybe a Mad Squirrel if he gets around to it. I just got done doing this section here, and I spent the other day about 4 hours on the landing gear and stuff. I've spent close to 8 hours alone on this section. This has by far been the hardest part of the ship to do. M wants to reconcave this. It had this slope that came down here, stair step down here to actually, if I can get there and show you, it came down to about right here and then stair stepped back up. It completely hid this window, and if you're looking at the front of the Voyager, you can see the window and everything else, and there is a bit of a concave here, but I'm not real familiar with how to get that. So M came along, he saw that it was missing, and he's going to go ahead and try to incorporate it again, which is great because that'll you know, it'll help out a lot, because I agree with him. You know, it should be concaved, but he has a plan for how he wants to do it, so I'm all stoked on that. But yeah, most of the prelim detail work is in. This is just mock-up stuff right now. We're still working on parts of it, of course, but overall, I'm gonna have to slow down here so I can finish this here up. Whoops, wrong one. It's been a darn it. It's been an interesting process, I will say that. Hopefully, you know, we learn from it. The actual hull is a little bit different in shape and design than the strategic plans or the Cydonia 6 plans, and we're using the Cydonia 6 plans. It's a bit off, but when you sit here and look at it this way here, and you see it, I'm going to turn the gamma bright off. I don't think you're going to be able to see anything, but we'll try anyways. Phaser strip's lit up. I think the phaser strip's a little bit too wide, but that's what it calls for in the plans, so that's what it's going to get in the ship here. But yeah, a lot of work went into that up there. I mean, a lot of work. I mean, a lot more work can go into it, obviously, to trim it out a little bit more. But yeah, I'm not real happy with with a lot of it. Some of it I am, some of it I'm not. I can't really. I don't know the word I'm looking for here. I'm giving it my all, but I just can't think of a word I want to use to describe this. It's complicated. It's geometry that's complicated, and it needs to be tweaked in small parts and looked at, reviewed, tweaked in small parts. And I've seriously, I have spent a considerable amount of time on this part of the ship, working on it. So, and I'm just trying to dial it in so it looks good. I'm afraid that's yeah, it is. Darn it. Arg. So we'll leave it like that. So it's just little bits here, little bits there, trim, you know. But these odd angles for the windows and stuff really proved to be painful. Originally, the only way I could fit these windows in would be was way out here, and that was just not going to work because this whole area here was just flat. This was just all the way out to here, flat. And it just couldn't work. So I had to raise that up, and in doing so I had to change a bunch of stuff around and reshape this whole bottom section. Additionally, the way the plan showed, this here was going to be way back here, and that wasn't going to work either. So I had to resize this whole area based off of the Cydonia plans. But once I did that, I mean, all this other stuff started lining up really well, so I was pretty happy. The actual Cydonia plans in the shuttle were nearly perfectly aligned. There's like, it was shifted one block forward and one block in, but that could have just been a sizing issue from me working on deck offline, trying to spot it in to the actual spot here. So I'm not real happy with the way this front looks. Hopefully M can do something with it. If not, you know, we'll tweak it and work on it later. But the next thing I'll be working on, so as soon as I get the rest of these decks basically scripted out, will be I'll go help on the Defiant build for a bit, try to help get those deck plans in for the Defiant workout, for the Defiant build out. I believe that one's going to be handled by Mad Squirrel. I'll buzz on over there and check on it every now and then. He does really good work. I mean, if you have been on the server and you haven't checked out his build over there, the Ajax, you should. It is a phenomenally well done job. This will probably, I don't know really offhand who's gonna primarily work on this old gal. I might just be me, but I hope not. I hope a lot of people that really like Voyager can get on board and do some really nice work with her. I mean, Death Monkey really did a nice job with the original Voyager, and I'd really like to, you know, kind of use a lot of what he did with his on this one. Some of these shapes here are kind of quirky looking, but it's, you know, what can I tell you? It's a haul. It's a haul. If I had to do over again, I would reshape the back of this a little bit better, but I can't because it's almost locked in. It is locked in actually because the hull is right under this, and you know, as you can see it right there. But yeah, and a lot of the stuff, actually this stuff all lined up with the things really well, so I was pretty happy about that. It's been quite interesting. Anyways, I wanted to get up to the new deck here. This is all crew quarters on this deck here, through here, and the deck that I worked on or added to the ship, which is this deck, is mostly science labs. And this is I added this cargo bay, which is right above this cargo bay. So we actually have two cargo bays. So, and this is not as well. You know what? Darn! I thought I had pulled that cotton out of here. I guess I didn't. Now, let's go do that right now then. Give us a full four block height in here. Yeah, I want the full height in this room. There. We'll have some more machinery and stuff like that in it, but more engineering equipment up here, and I'm not really sure yet where we're doing this. I might even put a gymnasium. You know, Voyager with a gymnasium right here. So who knows? But these will all be, mostly the stuff along the side here will be small science labs, and this will probably be quad. If I don't do something, it'll probably be quad, sectioned off as being larger science labs as well. So we have this deck, and then we have the other deck up here. This one. This one's pretty much marked up already. So, and I did a lot of work in this area. Occurred to M that we needed a lift to go from the lower cargo bay to the upper cargo bay, which is this area here. And I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. I'm surprised that's not in the plans. And M says, well, it is now. So yeah, and then he built this little semi-lift to get up to this cargo area up here. And I don't know if I mentioned it in one of the videos or not, but you know, one thing that really quirked me is when we first introduced 7 of 9, they have to space the Borg, and they're in shuttle or cargo bay 2, and nobody's ever explained to me where the hell cargo bay 2 is on this damn ship. It's not in the I'm sure it's in the Cydonia plans. They say this is cargo bay 2, but to be honest with you, how do you oh, I guess you could right here. Yeah, I guess you could. If you put a doorway right there, a hatch right there, you could probably bleed them off through there. But anyways, what I speculated was that this here is actually these escape pod hatches. They serve 2 purposes, or chutes. You can load cargo into the cargo bay, and you can load an escape pod in there. And if you have to, you pop the escape pod hatch, pop out the escape pod on its little tether, and shoot the Borg out into space, and then shut it all down, suck the pod back in, and you're good to go. Anyways, that's my theory on it. I did mention the Chekhov theory, right? Okay. If I didn't, I'll tell you the story about Chekhov and Khan later. It's a Walter Koenig story, so it's pretty funny. Anyways, this is a cargo transporter, and the Cydonia plans and the other plans, they have a catwalk coming right down through here. Excuse me, a hallway. I decided to angle it in, and so I have room to put a transporter thing. In the plans, this is further back, but you know how it is. Nothing matches up. You know, it's government work. Nothing's going to match up. You know, we just do what we can do. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. Like I said, a lot more tweaking and fine tuning is going to have to be done. A lot of machinery is going to have to be added. A lot of detail work. The ribbing and all the detail work on the hull has to be done yet. Accenting it, Aztecing it, if that is what we end up doing. We can Aztec her. A lot of build out on the interior is going to need to be done. Again, I think I'm going to do something with this. I hope so. If not, it's passable. I mean, it's you know, it's square blocks, you know, round hole square block, but you know, it is what it is. Plus, we got some up here to do. I'm actually pretty happy with how this deflector came out. It actually looks pretty good. I still haven't done the front part of it yet. That's one of those little detail things that's got to be done. And the RCS thrusters need to be done. I was hoping to enlist MAD's technique on these. So, make them look a lot more detailed. Yeah, also I've been noticing with some of the model makers, the guys that actually build, take the 3... Oh yeah, I forgot I did this. I got to fix this too. But I raised this so it was uniform across the whole hull, and I wanted to trim it a little bit. In fact, I can do that right now. And this would be red, 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 red. Come on. And red, red. And then this would be hull. I've saved a version of the ship prior to actually working on it today, so I can make changes and not have to be stressed out about it. And believe you me, sometimes when you're making changes, it's easy to get stressed out. Alright, now let's fix this. Alright, Alright, nope. You're gonna have to come up. Darn it. Dang it. Come on. I think the battery on my mouse is about to die, so. Yeah, like this. There we go. Yeah, that's acceptable. It is acceptable, comrade. Let me say, I'm saying it's acceptable. I could be wrong. I could always be wrong. You never know. Not only being wrong, but sometimes I am. Anyways, this is our phaser strip now. But yeah, on the model is the guys that turn these into models. This area, this window up here, is in perfect alignment with this window down here, and there's actually down here under the hull here. Let me come up here. There's actually, believe it or not, a little port window, a little viewing window right here. Good luck, brother. I guess I could do it if I really had to. I could probably put a little viewing window in right here. This is so let's just screw it. You know, let's see if we can pull it off, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, looks like M's wanting to chat here. I didn't catch that. Joy, you're the master blaster. Lots of laughs. Locked and loaded. Oh god, that's just hideous. That's just hideous. But that's it right there. You know, there's a little window right there. If you can believe it or not, there's actually a little window right there. So, but let's put some glass there so we don't forget that's a window. Actually, yeah, that's fine. You don't care. We can put carpet down. Well, anyways, do appreciate you taking the time to watch. And again, this is the Minecraft.net game server. Sometimes I call it forum, but don't worry about it. Anyways, y'all have a good one, and talk to you soon.